I would like to express my sincere pleasure now to introduce the 5 very accomplished experts who will be leading today's discussions on women leadership in business and economics. We have Professor Dr. Irene Ngwala Sandrine Mubenga, the Chief Executive Officer of the Electricity Regulatory Authority from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, founder of STEM DRC Initiative. We have Dr. Belen Carrillo Rivas, Senior Vice President and the Head of Regulatory Affairs and Quality at the Structure Therapeutics in Spain. We have Mr. Bill Diamond, CEO of the SETI Institute, and Dr. Paula Mina Osorio, Vice President of the Medical Affairs at Umunova. May I present our first expert, Professor Dr. Mubenga, who will share her insights on her professional experience while showcasing the realizations of the Republic Democratic of the Congo and advance the STEM fields through various women-led initiatives at governmental and private levels. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So the Democratic Republic of the Congo is a country that holds the solution to energy transition and to Industry 4.0, basically the next revolution. So the DRC has a young population, and it has the largest tropical forest on Earth, and it abounds with minerals that are needed in order to create those technologies for renewable energy, for instance. So indeed, the DRC contains over 60% of the world's reserve in cobalt, gold, diamond, and coltan, to name a few. So because of these minerals, over 10 million Congolese have died. And they continue to die in the DRC. As a result of this war, women and girls are in particular victims of those violence, and this needs to end. On November 25, 2021, His Excellency Mr. President Félix Tshisekedi was the chairperson of the African Union, and the African Union heads of state gathered in Kinshasa and called for action on positive masculinity in the leadership to end violence against women and girls in Africa. A year later, in 2022, this declaration of Kinshasa was adopted, and the summit also nominated His Excellency Mr. Félix Tshisekedi as African Union champion for positive masculinity. This is to show that the DRC believes in the contribution that women make in society. Since then, the DRC has made strong efforts to promote women and girls, to eradicate gender-based violence, and to promote their financial autonomy. We believe that knowledge in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM, is a solid foundation for women to make contributions to society. In the field of education and the promotion of STEM, the Democratic Republic of the Congo stands out in a remarkable way at both the private level and the governmental levels. At the private levels, 3 nonprofit organizations have been noticeably active. Note that all those organizations are led by women. So first, the STEM DRC initiative, which was founded by Dr. Sandrine Mubenga, myself. It has the mission to promote science, technology, engineering and math, education, research, and entrepreneurship in the DRC, its diaspora, and the USA. I founded STEM DRC because the STEM fields hold the answer to the problem that we have. And I believe that if people are equipped with the knowledge of STEM, they can find solutions to their own problems. Since 2018, the impacts of STEM DRC are significant. The construction of the first STEM center in Walungu, DRC, 185 scholarships were given, over 6,000 attendees to workshops and conferences that we gave, over 5,981 followers, and the creation of the Excellence in STEM Award to highlight the success of young professional Congolese entrepreneurs or researchers in the STEM fields. So this award aims to inspire the youth by providing positive role models in STEM. STEM DRC donated goods to 112 disabled children victims of the war, and sponsored a STEM program for the blind in partnership with the association Voir avec le cœur. In DRC, there were not enough ventilators during COVID. So during COVID really highlighted the need to invest in STEM in order to spur innovation. So in DRC, under COVID, there were not enough ventilators. So the STEM DRC initiative called to action engineers, students, and people of goodwill to collaborate on a project to build ventilators in the DRC. We built 2 ventilator prototypes made in the DRC. Then, still, in response to COVID and the lack of oxygen, STEM DRC initiative initiated and implemented a project to produce oxygen in partnership with the World Bank and the University of Loyola. As a result, 8 oxygen units were installed in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, producing 22,000 liters of oxygen per day till this day. Second, the foundation, Denise Nyakeru Tshisekedi, founded by the First Lady of the DRC, Mrs. Denise Nyakeru Tshisekedi. That foundation has reached out to 4,485 young Congolese through a campaign to promote STEM. In addition, the foundation developed the Excellencia program to focus on promoting STEM. So to date, Excellencia has given 138 scholarships, of which 93 are nationals and 45 are international. The foundation has worked with various partners such as STEM DRC and the United Nations Women. Third, Investing in People, an organization founded by Mrs. Raissa Malou, in partnership with the Ministry of Primary, Secondary, and Technical Education, the Ministry of Higher and University Education, and the Ministry of Scientific Research and Technological Innovation, has been organizing Science and Technology Week since 2014. This event aims to develop a scientific culture in Africa, promote the African knowledge and skills in this field, and inspire new vocations. Since its first edition in 2014, Science and Technology Week has seen significant growth in its impact with impressive figures. 77,938 visitors, 450 trained student leaders, 36 trainers, 203 interactive science workshops, 174 exhibitors, and 134 internationally renowned speakers. To encourage the participations of girls and women in STEM, the majority of Science and Technology Week student leaders are girls, and the team of trainers is mixed. So in addition, the Investing in People Association, launched in 2020 in collaboration with the Sultani Makutano Business Network, gave scholarship for women in STEM to finance bachelor, master's, and doctorate degrees, as well as to finance research. To date, 15 Congolese women scientists have benefited from this scholarship with total funding of around $50,000. At the governmental level, we will briefly discuss 3 main players. First, the University of Kinshasa, which was created in 1955 and holds a College of Engineering from which about 2,000 engineers graduated from. So 10 years ago, about 6% of the students in the College of Engineering were women. So the University of Kinshasa has undertaken different initiatives to attract more women in the STEM field. They offer scholarships for women. They now have a women faculty, and they are working on a strategic plan. So currently, there are approximately 772 students in the College of Engineering at the University of Kinshasa, and 81 are women. So this means that these initiatives have helped increase the number of women from 6% to 10% in the College of Engineering, and that growth is expected to continue once the strategic plan kicks off at the end of this year. It is therefore crucial that more women and girls join the STEM field so that they can also contribute to finding solutions to the problems we face. The University of Kinshasa is open to more partnership to advance the STEM in the DRC. Second, the Ministry of Primary, Secondary, and Technical Education and the Institution of Higher Education and University have undertaken a modernization of science and mathematics curricula in selected STEM fields from 2016 to 2021. This initiative is part of the Education Project for Quality, Relevance of Education at secondary and university levels. That's a program known as PEPKESU. It's a program financed by the World Bank. This modernization is characterized by the adoption of a new pedagogical approach based on the development skills and by the renovation and equipping of laboratories in targeted educational establishments in 5 provinces of the DRC. The positive results of this project have led to additional funding of $400 million from the World Bank for the Girls Learning and Empowerment Project, PAAF, to be implemented from 2024 to 2028. The PAAF aims to promote safe and equitable access to education with a particular focus on girls' enrollment. It will also help improve teaching and learning conditions in secondary schools in 10 Congolese provinces. Second, it's the PAAF itself. It implements cross-cutting intervention, including the use of technology to improve the implementation and monitoring of activity, the promotion of citizen participation, and the strengthening of teaching and learning methods. A comprehensive strategy to reduce gender inequality is also integrated in the program. As a result, the Ministry of Primary, Secondary, and Technical Education expects 74,000 pupils to have access to new school infrastructure, 360,075 to benefit from improved sanitation and hygiene facilities, 100,011,880 to benefit from intelligent multipurpose laboratories, known as smart labs, and 1,628,910 to have classrooms equipped with advanced digital technologies. In addition, 5,000 new female teachers will be recruited. In terms of educational resources, 4,531,680 students will receive textbooks based in particular on educational curricula in the field of science learning. As for safe and inclusive schools, 2,140,894 students and teachers will be the main beneficiaries. All these efforts demonstrate that the Democratic Republic of the Congo is committed to promoting women's education and participation in STEM, thus contributing to gender equality in this field. These efforts must continue, and they must be strengthened with collaborations and partnerships. The Democratic Republic of the Congo welcomes partnership to further advance science, technology, engineering, and math in the education, research, and entrepreneurship. Advancing STEM is only possible if we have peace in DRC. Allow me to end my remark with the words of Dr. Denis Mukwege, the renowned surgeon and 2018 Nobel Peace Prize winner who comes from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I cite, "I pray every day for a peaceful and prosperous future for my country and region. I dream of a society in which our mothers are recognized as the heroines they are, in which girls born on our maternity wing are celebrated just as much as the boys, and in which women grow up without fearing violence. I believe all of this is both desirable and possible. I believe that we can all make contributions as individuals and as collectives to make it happen. I believe in the power of women." Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Mbenga.